he getting any money.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like she did the worst, and now that he want to move on, his supposedly fiance, she sold her house. They trying to get him to come in and buy a house together. She will not sign off on the sale of that house. So it's just
Yeah,
kind of
man.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I've been through that several times. The only way you're gonna get that deal done is you gotta be a mediator. So you gotta be nice to her and nice to
Uh-huh.
him.
Yeah. He's at this point he say he went ahead and filed. Hopefully it goes through, you know.
Is it in both parties' name? Do you know?
Yes, that's the thing. And he said she didn't pay for it. He just put her name on it.
On the deed. Yeah.
On the deed. He put her name on the deed.
God, she got to
Right.
sign off too. She got to
Yeah.
sign off, or they're gonna have to go to court. But I'll see if I can mediate it because those are good deals also, guys. That's on the list. What I would say for subject to divorce.
Uh-huh.
That's the number one list, but you got to be good at being a mediator between the two.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to talk to both parties.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of
Okay.
work involved, but
Yeah.
it'll pay off.
Because it's been 6 months at this. It's been a while now. So
Wow. Have you talked to her?
not yet. I have not. It's just the things he been saying. I just feel like she being spiteful because now she asking for him to buy the daughter a car. That's what she is now. Oh, you buy the daughter a car, and then I might sign off on it. So it's just, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Call her and see what. But but the other thing is, it's not that much of it's not a whole lot of equity, but it's just a good house on a good street. And I know I can get at least 9 to 1,000 a month. So it's worth it. I still want to acquire. I want to get the property.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to her.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to definitely talk to you. Like I said, when you're dealing with divorce situation, guys, you're gonna have to be the mediator.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to be the mediator. They're gonna be talking about each other. Man, I
I'm
remember I was in the side of the house meeting one of the divorced couples, and then they just went off on each other. Oh, you were messing with the hairdresser, and she went in and said something else. They both were telling each other business. I'm like, whoa, man. So it's a sticky situation, man. They're gonna
It
be in your
is.
ear on both sides
Mhm.
talking about each other.
Yeah, because I know all her business. He's told me too much of hers, but I haven't spoken to her yet because I'm like, man.
Yeah. Don't say anything about what he said.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, and don't take sides. You
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
just not trying to get the deal done. Cause it's two sides to a story. Then it's the truth.
Oh yeah.
Everybody always think their side is the one. Boy,
Right.
this is the answer. But there's more than one perspective to things.
Yeah.
So
He told me so many nice things about you.
Right.
so divorce, guys. Now we got the 30-day late.
Okay, 30-day late.
30-day late. What's that?
Can you find 30-day lights in PropStream?
No, you got to get those from foreclosuresdaily.com.
Okay.
Foreclosuresdaily.
Yeah, I reached out to them. They were a little on the expensive side.
Yeah, she's not cheap, man. Especially for those 30-day late, 30, 60, 90-day lates. So I've been doing some research, guys. It's about 600,000 people scheduled to come out of forbearance. Now they haven't done another extension yet, unless y'all know something I don't know. But as far as I found out, it haven't been another extension granted for the people that's already was in forbearance. So it looked like about 600 of those going to come out. So that's on the move. Also, 30. Let me see. It's 6. What's the numbers? 3 million. 3.5 million that's 90 days behind, and another 3 million that's 30 days behind, guys. So that's a
Wow.
lot of inventory. That's about 6 million plus the other 600 coming out. That's a lot of properties in trouble. Now everybody's not going to go to foreclosure. Let's be realistic. Some going to save it themselves. Some going to sell. Some going to file bankruptcy, and you got to catch them. After the bankruptcy. But that's a lot of people, guys. 6 million, let's say 7. Then the unemployment still 10 million. The areas where the jobs are lacking the most, guys, going to be some good areas. Now, every area is not going to be hit hard, so keep that in mind. But the ones that are, you better be on the radar and going after them. There's going to be a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity. So you got the 30, 60, and 90-day lates. You got the divorce. Now you got the bankruptcy. Bankruptcy list, guys.
That's from PropStream?
Yeah, PropStream has that list. Also, Melissa Data. Melissa Data. They have bankruptcies and I think they have divorce also. Now, PropStream does have it also, guys. I'm not sure how accurate they are with the bankruptcies, but they're on there. PropStream got pretty much all of these except the 30-day lates and the evictions. Because I'll say another good one, guys, is evictions. People that got to file evictions, landlords, out-of-state owners.
And where do we get the evictions? Is that from? Where's that from?
Evictions. Now I got a lady, but I don't know if she cover where you at.
Oh, okay.
If you're interested, Rob, let me know. Just shoot me an email.
Okay.
Shoot us an email and we'll get it over to you. I got a girl named Deanna. She handle evictions, but not in every state. But I saw a site also with them on there. I can't recall what site it is off top, but I saw a site also that got the evictions. Eviction, because now they can start evicting in some states, not all states. And another good one, guys, is probate. Probate.
You get those from Foreclosure Daily too.
Yeah, now they're on PropStream also, but Foreclosure Daily may be a little more accurate. So by now, everybody should have your attorney. Do everybody got your attorney picked out?
Yep.
I got two.
Somebody told me who was that email then said they had to talk to a lot of attorneys to find the right one. Was that you, David?
Yeah, that was me. Yep. I called every single attorney in my area, whether they did real estate or not. And at the end of the day, I had an attorney call me back. He was like, "So you're in creative financing, huh?" Man, that was music to my ears when I heard that.
Hey, when he said those words, you know you got the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I got one here, and then I found somebody out in Stratton, New Jersey that has enough connections down there in the lower 48 to be able to close deals in any state.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That's very important. So how many did you talk to that said no?
Oh, man. I spent the whole day.
Yeah, I did that before too.
I talked to between attorneys and title companies. I talked to about 40 of them.
Wow.
See, guys, that's why I say find your attorney now. Because imagine you got a deal and you got to close. They got a foreclosure date in 2 weeks. You under a lot of pressure. You got to try to close real quick and try to find an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That could be
And
real.
that's what
stuff.
happened. The lady I was telling you about, the one that was close to being a sub to wrap, I thought that we were gonna be able to do something with that, and I got on the ball, and I was like, man, I gotta hurry up and find somebody to be able to close this deal with if we do it.
Yeah, man. Thank God you found found your attorney,
Yeah.
guys. Get your attorney now. Do not wait until you got the deal. You may have a deal. They say you got the money, or they don't even want any money. They just want you to take over the payments, and the house gonna foreclose in a week's time. You don't have an attorney, guys. That cost you the deal. It's gonna take them 2 or 3 days to do a title search. And the title search, guys, as soon as you get a property on the contract, you want to do the title search. And that's, you send it into attorney or title company. They're going to check for any liens or judgments against the property. They're going to let you know what's going on with that title, how many liens on it, any judgments on it. Now, when you're taking over property subject to, you're taking it over with all that stuff attached to it. So if it got liens on it, you're taking over the liens. If it got a mortgage on there, you take it over the mortgage, judgments also. I just closed on one, man. I totally forgot about it. Had a doggone second mortgage. The second mortgage, it was with like FHA. They was behind the first time, so they had got a loan from FHA to help them catch up their arrears. So that was 40 grand. I totally forgot about that one, but we had to pay them off 40 grand. But if I would have remembered that it was on there, we could have went in and did a short sale. Got rid of that, got that 40,000 down to about 4 or 5 grand, and then we just created like 30,000 in equity. And they had an IRS lien that we could have done a short sale on. So I slipped big time, man. Totally forgot about this deal. I wasn't expecting it to close out because we just bought it 2 years ago. It was the subject too, but still, the deal was so good. The house worth about 40 grand. Let me see. It's worth 40 grand. Let's do the numbers real quick. So I got 20,000 down. Let me see. It was 14 to catch the back payments. Gave the seller 4, so that's 18 invested, right? Closed on it, got 30,000 from the private lender. You always got to get a little extra. So we got an extra 10 from the private lender. We in at 18. Now keep this in mind. No money came out of my pocket. This came out of my private lender money. They gave me 30,000 to close on the deal, right? We got 20,000 down. We got 1,100 a month cash flow for 2 years because we wanted 40 down. They didn't have the whole 40, so we got them to pay an extra 500 a month towards the down payment. So now that increased our cash flow from 600 to 1,100. So our cash flow went from 600 to 1,100. And unfortunately, they couldn't buy. So let me see the numbers on that. 2 years, 1,100. I hate they didn't buy either, man.
26,400.
Yeah, that's 26,400 cash flow. 20 down payment. 30K from private lender. And we sold the property and walked away with 22. We sold it to Open Door, so we walked away with 22. And some more money. Somewhere else, 22. Oh, and the agent is in house, so that was 12,000 commission that came home. So let's see in 2 years. That's why I love these subject twos. So let's see in 2 years what one deal produced with no money out of my pocket. None. I didn't put up no money. And the deal was brought in. It was a referral.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we got 12,000 agent plus 22,000 profit plus 26,400 cash flow plus 20 down I like these plus 30 from the private lender. Boom. Now that equals 76, right? 76.4. I don't know if y'all got it. Well, it's 76,434. Subtract the money we had to put into it, so we had to catch up the back payments and pay the seller. So we'll subtract the 18,000 that we had to invest in it. That's 58,000 on one deal in 2 years that requires zero money out of my pocket, and it was a referral.
Oh,
Wow.
we.
That's awesome.
So that's the benefit of these properties, buying subject to. And if you guys are already doing business, if you got any other investors that know what you do and know you make money and do deals, those can be some of your private lenders, guys. Because my private lenders, the ones that I have, they're investors. They've been investing a long time. Now they're older. You know, they don't want to be out there messing around. But guys, once you get one or two good ones, it's over with. I'll just call them, be like, Eddie, what account do you want me to send it to? I'm telling you, man. That's why I never had to buy. I bought a house in my name one time. One time, man, back in 08 or 07, I think, something like that. But man, you don't really need credit with this business. You need a little money to market, but private. That's why too. Also, guys, you want to find you some private money. But like I said, some of these deals, if you buy a house that's pre-foreclosure and they're not that far behind, then you could do a double closing with the end buyer money and close it out. So don't let not having money to catch up the arrears or anything like that stop you from marketing, because you don't know how far behind the person is. And you don't know what the property can bring. Just take the property in good condition, and worst case scenario, say you're gonna get 5% down. That'll let you know how much money you'll have, you know, if you need the money to. If you try to do a double close and you want to catch up the back payments. And if it's a good deal, guys, you should pretty much be able to find the money. Or if not, let us know, and we'll invest with you also. If it's a good deal, every deal is different. But some of these deals, guys, we come out the pocket 1,000, 1,500 after they behind 15 or 20,000 because we didn't got a big down payment.
So Eddie, how does that work with the down payment? Because 2 years from now, when they're ready to buy, if they're ready to buy, they have to have another down payment for the mortgage company, or right?
Well, you want to make sure they have that money wired into the attorney office so they'll get credit for it, for that down payment.
Wait, so the first down payment that we get, the non-refundable down payment, how they going to they get credit for it?
Yeah, if it's wired into the attorney office and they got proof of it.
So then that comes off of the price of the house when they buy it?
It comes as soon as they buy it from you, it comes off the purchase price.
Okay.
So Eddie, but if that's the case, like if we're getting like let's say $20K non-refundable down payment, I mean, are we expected to hold on to that thing? Because what if I want to use that?
No, it's yours. But you can use it. It's yours.
You can use it, but they get credit for it.
Yeah, they get credit for it, and it comes off the purchase price.
Okay.
Do not slip like I did, guys. Somewhere along the line, oh my God, man. Somewhere along the line, man, I sold a property on this when the market was down. So, like I say, when the market's up, people never think it's gonna go down, and when it's down, people never think it's gonna go back up. So I screwed up big time and did a long-term lease purchase, and didn't put inside of the lease purchase that every year you don't buy, it increase with the house increase with the market rate. Man, that was, make sure when you do that, guys, put that in your paperwork.
How much money did you leave on the table?
Man, a lot, man. A lot, because the house increased like crazy. Probably like 30 grand. 30 grand. Oh, I think more than that, man. It's please add that in there, man. That's a tough doggone lesson I had to learn.
We're in that position right now, actually. My husband was looking at 1 hour. He was like, 'Cause I was telling him about what you were saying about you don't like you like the lease option. I said we need to look into that. And then when he was looking at home prices and how everything have skyrocketed, he put in those. And I say that's why he said don't do it, because you might lock them in at one price, but then once that value increase,
Man, I screwed
yeah,
up big time on that, y'all, for real, man. Still battling. I'm still negotiating with this doggone tenant buyer now, man, trying to work it out.
wow,
And this
wow.
we did this contract 5 or 6 years ago. Ugh. Hey, learn from our mistakes, man. That's why you hire us from the coach for a coach, man. Because we done made a lot of mistakes in 16 years. That's why it's always good to get a coach. We got somebody left out the class, guys. Let me email him. Andrew. I don't know how Andrew keep getting left out. Return. Any questions, guys?
Going back to that old house that we talked about. Oh, I forgot. I found a cash buyer, but I'm not a wholesaler. I was only thinking I'm doing this to get sub twos, right? But then I'm not doing a major rehab like that. So I think that formula we just did was, if I were to pursue it, I'm going to look for a cash buyer, which like I said, I found a cash buyer who said, I don't want to sell a house, but do you wholesale? Because I buy houses I belong to an investor group. So I was like, sure, I'll take your name in case I find properties that I don't want. But
yeah, I will wholesale it.
I've never done a wholesale before. I wouldn't know what to do.
Where are you located? You said, New Mexico.
In Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Email us over the details and we can work with you. See, we'll partner on it and show you what to do.
That'll work.
But email the details in to us. Remember, guys, any deals that you get, make sure you fill out the property information sheets and send them in. That's a part of the master class. You guys got 90 days of coaching, email coaching. So you can email us all the stuff and we'll take a look at it and tell you which way to go. Okay. But guys, you got to get a good 1,000 on your list. You need a good 1,000. Go outside the different states if you got to. Andrew, I'm sorry, man, you didn't get the link. I don't know why you keep.
It's all good.
What's going on?
I was like, dang, they trying to keep me out, man. I was watching once it got after 30 minutes, I jumped on and started watching the live feed. I was like, dang, this is the best I can do right now.
Guys, y'all got any questions? Put them in the chat. This is our subject to master class, where we teach you guys, walk you through how to buy property subject to the existing mortgage, through all the paperwork and all the other stuff that they don't tell you about. Andrew, what's going on with the deal? Did your title search come back yet?
Nah, I honestly was a little bit late getting it in, but I gave it to him, I think it was yesterday. So hopefully it'll be back, hopefully be done tomorrow. And the lady filled out the authorization form too. At first she didn't fill it out, and she filled it out today. Or actually she called him and gave my info to him today. So
my only concern with that deal is the tenant that's in there.
Yeah.
They are paying?
They've been giving me all kinds of different stories, but they
want to see proof of payment.
Yeah, so they ain't paying like they should. So they was getting the COVID money for a minute, and then the tenant wasn't paying because they said they had not enough employment hours or whatever because of COVID or something. And then I'm not sure what's going on right now. So me and the seller was like, well, if she can't start paying, then she got to go and all this stuff. I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Then you're gonna inherit that problem. Are they evicting over there?
So we got the moratorium in I don't know how everywhere else is, but it's tough if they got a mortgage, which she does have a mortgage. to get people out. Like it's like the judges be holding stuff up for a long time if the tenant like at request it. So it can be an issue.
And look like you got a professional tenant over there too. They playing the game. Some of these people are good, man. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
They've been
Oh,
evicted a couple times, or some of their buddies been evicted. They got the game from 'em.
yeah, I'm hearing both. I heard both sides of it from both. The tenant was like, the house needs, I mean, the condo needed some repairs and stuff like that. So she was going to pay a little less and she was working less hours. But then she got COVID money and transferred a bunch to the owner, supposedly. The owner didn't say nothing about that COVID money. Because you know how they was doing the reimbursement. So I don't know what to think of it right now. All I know is I'm paying less right now.
Wow. Yeah, man. I don't know if I would touch that one. Because it's gonna be a sticky situation getting that tenant out. And that mortgage gotta be paid. And that lady may start making the payment. Then you gotta get the tenant out.
What do you say when you've been going back and forth, and then you realize it don't work? How do you let them off the hook or let them down easier? Do you have any special techniques that?
Say that again, Phil.
I'm talking about, so we express interest in their house, right? They're going back and forth, telling us this, telling us that, and then we realize this deal's not going to work, right? So they're kind of thinking they're going to sell their house to you. You decide you're not going to buy it. Do you have any special words that you use to say I'm out, or
I'm sorry, this deal will not work for us.
Just that simple.
Due to the tenant situation, it's gonna be hard for us to get them out the property. And then you may want to follow up because they may end up saving or something. Follow up in about 30 to 60 days. You can go online and see if it's foreclosed. But that look like a sticky situation, Andrew. So that was on the pre-foreclosure list?
Yeah, I got off my county sheriff sale list. So yeah.
Okay. Remember, two guys, auction.com, got some live ones on there too. So
Eddie, what if is there anything we could do as far as like if we talk to the tenant, if they plan to leave or anything like that? Or is it pretty much a done deal?
They'll move out. You may have to pay them to move out.
I don't know if there's enough in the deal for all that.
I know it's tight. It's already tight.
It is. I wonder, what do you think about getting that line of credit removed? Do you think that's a strong possibility?
Who is it with? Do you know?
She said it was with Fifth Third, and so was the mortgage. But then she claims that Fifth Third may have sold that lien, that line of credit later.
Yeah, since she's behind, it's perfect for the short sale. Because she's behind on the first, because they know if that first go to foreclosure, that second going to get wiped out. Any liens other than the first guys get wiped away. And the tax lien, now the tax people, they're going to get their money. Other than that, everybody else gets sliced and diced.
Do you think for right now it'd be wise to like still try to approach that, getting that line of credit taken off? That way, maybe it open up some flexibility, and then
yeah, but you still got that tenant there. You don't know how long they may be able to stay.
Yeah, it is true. I know that they
real sticky situation. If you could talk to them and see how much they'll take to move out, tell them you're gonna buy the property, and you know you want to see how much they want to move out. Tell them you're gonna fix it up and sell it. So you need them out. How much it's gonna take?
Right.
As long as it's no more than about $1,000 or $2,000.
Okay.
Person gonna need about a good $2,000, to get out.
Okay.
At least. So that'll put you at about 9,000 plus closing costs. That'll be 10,000. But that lien is not discounted yet. My only concern is the tenant. If you can get an answer and get something in writing from them, but man, the sale day next week.
Yeah, it really is.
If it was vacant, I would say go, man. If it was vacant, I tell you go, but it got that tenant in there, and you don't know how long they're gonna be in there.
What do you think there's any other way we could stop the sale to give it some more time? Like if we had that purchase agreement in place, we could talk to them or anything like that.
Shoot, the only thing I know, some people file a what is that? I know you can file bankruptcy. That stop it. That's a guaranteed stop of bankruptcy. And what's the other thing? List pending. So some people file a list pending a lawsuit and stop it also.
Dang.
Or she got to catch it up.
Hmm.
Those are the only options.
I was looking at a
that's
property
the first
on
one.
I was looking at a property on auction.com. But I drove by it and people were still there. If I was to win that auction, will I have to get those people out? Or like you have to do really?
The buyer, whoever buy the property,
Okay, you're responsible for
you
getting
just
people.
inherit a new problem.
Yeah.
You just inherit a new problem. So you got to be ready, especially and see with this moratorium going on, guys.
Right.
It's kind of hard unless you talk to the seller and to the tenant and get something in writing from them. That's the only way to get them out of there. Try to negotiate. It might be worth it, Andrew. Just see if you can get the number. Just tell them what you're gonna do. Tell them you plan to buy the property, and you want to know, what it take to get them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she kind of mentioned that she could move, and the owner also said, "Well, she can go if she's not gonna start paying." So they both kind of said it, just with the timeline. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna ask her and see what's up.
That's a good one. We got a question over here. Yeah, man. See if she'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of this too. Let me see. We got a question here. File a trio. What's a trio, Jerome? Oh, TRO. Temporary restraining order. Yeah, I forgot you could file that too.
What is that all about?
TRO, temporary restraining order.
Mm-hmm.
You can file on that way. That'll stop it and buy some time too. That's when you mess with the court system.
Mm.
And you could drop it anytime. Look at Victor. Have you heard about helping the seller transfer the property into a trust, then having them assign the beneficial interest to you? Some say that this can stop the due on sale. Yeah, you can do that. With a due on sale. I heard some people filing a bankruptcy through it with a trust. Just have to do your research. There's so many different things you can do. It's several different tricks out here. Just gotta know. And know how to play the game. But your thing, Andrew, you're gonna have to get in contact with that tenant. That's what's gonna make or break the deal, and you don't have that much time. You got like 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you in a judicial state or non-judicial?
Judicial.
Okay, well, they got to go back to court. Is she willing to go to court and say she got? Oh, that's a freaking HOA though. Do she got to go back to court with the HOA, or they just foreclose?
From what I've seen, all I know is when they have the sheriff's sale, they just set a date and then they get the opening bids like the day before, and then they just sell it on that day. And if it don't sell, go back to, I guess, the HOA take it. But it all just happens. I don't think they got to go back to court.
That's the HOA guys. Watch out for them HOA. They do not play, man. I
I
had
know.
several. I bought several properties, man, with HOAs too big. I got my butters to some mess. Make
I wonder.
sure you check on that HOAs and see what's going on. Because if the previous seller had a problem with them, guess what? You just inherit that problem because they got an attitude. But this last guy broke a promise or done cussed them out or they got them pissed off. Now it's your problem. And they nasty, man. They gonna want their money too. And they put that lien on the property. And they just one you can't get around them. Yeah, can't get around.
They got the power.
They got the power. So they probably gonna foreclose. You got to the 10th. See if you can call them today, between today and tomorrow, the 10th, to see what you can work out and let us know.
Okay. What if they're like, yeah, we'll move out, but it'd be, in May sometime. What is
No.
that? Is that
They need to be gone before that, before the 10th,
you mean before the 20th?
before the
Before the
24th.
20? Yeah. Okay.
And they're not getting all the money. Give them a little bit now. If they want $2,000, I'll probably give them 500 now, and the rest when they move out.
So we can really run those numbers. Like I sent you all the stuff, but does it still look like a good deal with paying them that and paying that lien and all that stuff?
Well, make it a good deal, getting rid of that second mortgage. Then it'll be a good deal. Right now, the numbers are tight.
Okay.
And then that doggone tenant don't make it any better.
So should I be like, all right, well, the tenant, if somebody buys it at the foreclosure sale, they can kick the tenant out, right?
It depends on what's going on in that state, in your state.
Yeah. I tried to look it up and I'm not sure 100% how that works in Indiana.
You may want to call an attorney that specialize in eviction.
Mm-hmm.
Google some eviction attorneys in that state, in that county. Because you want to, now with this monitoring going on, guys, you want to know what's going on in your state. Because you may get a property, you can't get these jokers out for 2 years. Then your investor gonna be pissed.
I have had some sellers that have been stuck with tenants for a long time. Seriously. And they weren't the best tenants in the world either. Some of them. So
that's where we got to come in as problem solvers. Because that's what we do, solve people problems. That's where you got to come in and see what you could do with the tenants on your end. You solve that problem, then you can pretty much close on the deal. Any of them that you got the tenants in there. Because we coming as the third party, so we the middleman, so we're not on either side. We just want to get the deal done so we can buy the property.
mm-hmm.
So don't choose any sides, guys. We're trying to work this deal out so we can buy this house. How much is it gonna take to get you out? How much is it gonna take to get you out? Any question, guys? Put it in the chat. Oh, it's 6:06. Hey guys, the party is over.
I just got here.
I'm sorry, Andrew, man. We got to catch on the next one.
Put me on that list if you would.
Man, I can't believe you got left out. Oh, man, I got you, man. Let me put it in my phone as a reminder. Next Wednesday, guys, is the next class. We do the subject to master class, guys. I think the next one will start in May. In May, guys. And we walk you through all the deals. Guys, please get 1,000 leads. We need 1,000 leads, and we're gonna work them. We gotta keep working. We gotta hit that list 3 or 4 times. Then mail to them. Then get on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Your little one.
My daughter. So we gotta work. We gotta work the list, guys. Work the list. Out of 1,000 guys, I'm telling you, usually about 1 or 2% ready on that 1,000 gonna be your first deal. Then 80% comes out the follow up. Now we build and report. 80% of them come out that follow up because somebody may be okay today, tomorrow they out of here, or they lost their job, or anything can happen, man. We don't know what may happen tomorrow or the next hour. That's why that follow-up is so important. And every time you follow up, you build in a report. Make sure you take good notes. Be a good note taker. Every time you talk to these sellers, be a good note taker, because when you call them back, that's something that you can touch on. You know, they got kids. Once you get them on the phone, hey, how the kids doing? Stuff like that. You guys they like football, bring up a team, any kind of sports. That way you report building. When they ready, guess what? You're gonna be the one. Telling me. One seller, guys, it was 4 months. We kept calling her, texting, email. She replied back one time, and we kept doing the same process for another 2 to 3 months. Then she finally hit back, and she got 4 properties. So we done flipped 2 of them, and we're working on the other 2. Follow up, guys. Follow up. Especially if you know you got a good number. Until they tell you to stop calling. Following up until they tell you to stop calling. Remember, about 1 or 2% you're gonna get from the beginning. The rest you gotta marinate. Let them marinate. You realize when you marinate that meat, that's the best meat once you cook it. Jerome said that's why you go. This is why you go after the homes that aren't government-backed mortgages.
Yep.
Yeah, because they the one got their stuff going on.
Yep. The ones that's free and clear, the judges be like, "You out.
You got to go."
Yep.
Let me end this, guys. We got to get back to the class. Guys, thank you for tuning in to the Subject 2 Masterclass. The next one will start in May. It's an hour every week for 5 weeks, guys, and we go deep inside the business, marketing to seller calls to text blasts, the whole work. Talk to you guys later. Follow us, MrTransactionEngineer.com on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. God bless you guys. See you at the top. Keep growing and going. Peace.